Good morning. I'm going to make some boho tassels this morning, but I'm going to show you what I have in my hands first so I can put it aside. This is a torn apart rag rug, and I've ironed all these long pieces. I sat in my recliner watching TV, and I have a little Cricut, a little craft iron, and oh, that's a nice piece. I just sat and ironed them on my lap desk while I was watching TV. So this is what I cut apart for my boho tassels. All right, so and see, I have them tied up with a loop to hang. So I'm going to put that aside because I will be taking from there. And this is what I'll be making. I'm going to make maybe just one. It's just, I did this one with these, one of these things. I don't know what you call them. Just add some charms and different pieces of jewelry and some little pieces of rag and some eyelash trim, pieces of ribbon, whatever you have. So there's that one. Here's one on a bulb pin or a clothing tag, whatever, clothing pin. Different pieces of lace, bias tape. Here I took a piece of ribbon and I just attached a few little beads from a necklace I tore apart. This is a piece of a necklace chain, and I need to add some more charms to it. But I just attached it with the original lobster claw or whatever that's called. Piece of a necklace. There's a second one. None of these are real full. This one is what I'm going to show you, and I just did it with a piece of wire, and I wrapped around the strands. And so far I've just got one piece of chain on it. That's all I've done to this. So to this, you could add a bulb pin if you could find them. See, here's a. Let's use a colored one for fun. And you just add your bulb pin to add to your book, fabric, whatever, or you can. I don't know. There's just different ways to add. Depends on your project. So there's that one. Here's the jewelry I thrifted yesterday. This one I've had, and I don't really know. I'm afraid if I take this apart, the beads are gonna fall. So this one is. I'm not gonna check that yet. This is a bracelet I got thrifting. I can take it apart because it's one of these that goes like this. But let's just do it. I'm standing here. Let's do it like this. Here it is. Sometimes I'm all fingers, all thumbs. Hope everybody's having a good morning. It's Tuesday. I'm normally working this Tuesday. So see there, that's gone. I have tons of these. I don't really need it. This, I don't know. I'm not going to throw it away because I can put this back on. I might have destroyed it too much. These are the little things that take time, is lining these back up. Sometimes it's easier to just get a new one. You got to get it tight enough to not open up on your project. Takes a little fiddling. There we go, we got it. Okay, so there, we've got this. This whole thing could hang. Or you could take it apart just for the charms. But I kind of like it. So I'm going to get rid of this thing, though. I don't like this. You can just twist it because I don't really care about that. Tick-tock, come on. There we go. See, I don't need this thing. Take that away. And there we go. I think it's kind of fun. Maybe we will go ahead and use it, but it would be actually cool taken apart. If I do, these are gonna come off and they'll be all separate, but I could reattach them. That's kind of a, then I have this basket of, I have a couple of them, all this odds and ends stuff, bias tapes I've dyed. There's another basket of pieces, cording. I have a ton of that. I need to give it a coffee bath. All right, so I'll start from the beginning and do this. So here's one way. Take a length of wire, find the center. This is just one way. I'm going to twist it to get my loop. This saves not having to add one of these, although you can, you can add one if you can get a hold of it with your little miserly fingers. But I'm not going to. You know why? Because I'll put a bulb pin on that. So we've got this. Then we take our, should we take one of these apart and add it? Let's add this. Add a piece of this. I got this for $1. It was marked 2. I shared it in a previous video. So we don't want all this chain. We're going to break it. We're just going to break it above. See there? That I don't need. I'll save that for another piece of jewelry. So this will just add on. How far do we want to go? I don't know what this is all about. We're going to take this apart. Okay, that's 2. What is going on here? What in the name of Jesus is going on? Okay. I want these apart. It's separated. There we go. Okay, there we go. There's what we got. We've got one long one. So I just want a section of this. So for $1, I can get a lot of, I could probably get 3. This is what I was wondering, what is going on here. Actually, why don't we take it from that and let that extra piece hang? You just kind of got to get in there. You know, you only pay $1 for something. So this we'll put away. And here we have a nice piece that was doubled. See what I mean by doubled? This came off of it. Instead of getting rid of this and it doesn't really amount to anything, let's add it. So let's put one of these back on. Oh, Lord, have mercy, my fingers. Today, I do have to go to work. Normally, I would already be there. It's a big house. It's my every other Tuesday house. Do you see what I'm doing? Now I'm going to add this. No, I'm not going to add it yet. I'm going to close it. Oh, yeah, let's add it to this. Close it up. All right. So what we have is this hanging off of this. So now let's get some fabric. I'm going to jump to the fabric quick. We need just strips. Just strips is all we need. They don't even have to be, I'm not even going to be concerned about color. And you can always trim later. See, these are too short, obviously. You can go by the wayside. There's a little piece of lace. Should we do a piece of rickrack? It's short, but that's okay. That's okay. Here's a piece of white ribbon that's short. We'll just use that. We need some color. Here's a piece of eyelash trim. It's already cut. Here's another piece of eyelash trim. Cut that. Here's a pretty pink. It's a scrap. Here's a gold cord. You see where I'm going with this? I'm going wherever it takes me. What else do we have? We don't have any green. We don't have any. Here's a bright pink. I'm just digging in my basket. That's pretty. That's pretty so far. I wish we had a yellow. Here's a little yellow. I think that's gonna be good. We need a blue. It's too short. Let's see. That's obviously not gonna work. See what I mean by saving scraps? Ridiculous. Here's a blue. Should we cut some of this? So if you buy a $3.50 rag rug, bring it home, wash it first, and then just sit and take it apart. If it's warm where you're at, do it outside because you get all those little threads that interlock to keep the rug together. And it can be a mess. I wish I had more blue. Here's a blue. I'm reaching over here on this. I'm going to cut some blue off of this. You can't tear them. They don't rip. These strips. Every once in a while you'll find a piece that has embroidery in it. There. Okay, so I'm going to kind of twist this to find the center. I'm going to take this here. This will be where it attaches. And I'm just going to take this wire and start in wrapping just to kind of bind it. And it's okay. Where's my beads? I was going to show you my handmade beads. So see, I've got that hooked together. I'm going to do the same on the other side. This is hanging free. I'm going to do the same over here. I had somebody message me on my Facebook page about buying some that I shared the picture of. Actually, it's really weird. Listen to this. I had 3 messages. Are these still available? Well, they're not because they were pictures that I had in my stock photos in my gallery. And I said, I'm going to be making these this week on YouTube. I'm going to be uploading a video. Stay tuned. And so there's that. So now see how that's all bound? So I'm just going to fold it in half. I've never done it with the chain hanging ahead like this. Normally I add it later. I'm going to fold it and squeeze. And then these wires can go ahead and go around. Where'd it go? It's tricky working with all these odd ribbons, but you know, it's the only way to get the effect. The boho kind of thing. Boho thing. So really all I'm doing is, it doesn't have to be pretty. You don't really want it to be pretty. This wire is not the best wire. I cannot find the wire I normally use. So now for these ends, here's what I do. I curl them. Take your end and just keep going like this. And you get a little curl. Then you can flatten it down. And that way it's not sharp. Same with this one. Just bend, open it up, take a hold again, twist. Whoops, I got a little sidetracked there. You can lock them together. Why don't we do that? I'll just do that. Take a hold of the other one, bend it over, And this one, I'll keep twisting it. Sometimes I wish I had better glasses, and they're, yes, I'm old and blind. I don't know if you can see that, but I've made a little, and you can squeeze it if you can get to it. I have a lot of fabric here. There you go. So there we go. We've got the fabric and the first chain. Now I can either add a chain, another chain, or I can add charms to this. But what I'm going to do instead is add charms to some of these. So this is where we go digging around in our charm stash. What's this say? That's too big. Handmade. Let's put a key on. My son's friend gave me a ton of beautiful keys. Some of these have rabbits. This one's pretty. Let's add this. For Christmas, he gave me a whole thing of keys. He gave me a bunch of craft supplies. He gave me a wax seal set. Last year he gave me, he gives me tons. I mean, hundreds of dollars. But he spends a lot on craft supplies too. Last year he gave me, this year it was the wax seal set and stamps. And then let's put one on this, something. There's an arrow. There's a locket. It's already on a bulb pin. Last year he gave me a wood burning set, and I've only done one thing. I bought a cutting board. See, I sat and made these one time. Should we put one on? Let's put one on this. Oh, I don't know if this will go through. I wood burned his initials in a cutting board. Let's go way up and tie it on. And just pull real tight. See, there's that. And let's put one more of something on. How about a feather with a bead? That's kind of cool. And I think you could put a spot of glue on these if you wanted. I'm going to try to tie one more knot. Whoops. I lost it. But I just buy junk jewelry and just recycle. So far, what have we got? We've got this. We've got all these strings. We've got this. Let's put some more on. More on, not more on. I have a lot of these one round this is actually from when I was about 15 years old. I will never use that. This. Oh, that's on a chain already. See there? I've already added that to a chain. Sometimes I just sit and play in it. A lot of Christmas ones when I bought Christmas jewelry. This says something about Frank's or something. I don't know what it's talking about, but we're going to use it. Let's see, what should we put it on? Let's put it on the pink. Let's put it on the end so it dangles. And you can also, this is on here, you can also cut it, the extra piece, but I'm not going to. So there we go. Hear that? There's feathers, and this is all jewelry findings. A silhouette. That was obviously a charm bracelet. This is a necklace I've torn apart. See, we could attach that here to this, but I think we've already got one chain. Should we add it? We could, why not? Okay, these rings, split rings, or whatever you call them, this one is wrapped around and you have to split it with your thumbnail or a tool. I use my thumbnail. And you slide it on like this, and you don't have to use tools. Just keep going and going and going. And there, it's on. So now we have that. Let's do one more. That's done. It's got plenty. I was going to show you my paper beads. I'll make paper beads sometime. I made paper beads, which is very fun. I'll show you my other beads. What are they? Oh, they're in the kitchen on the table where I was sitting doing drill bead. Be right back. Okay. It's magic, I tell ya. These, very fun to make. As you can see, I've made a ton. And they're straws. And I can show you how to make these too. But these are easily added. This is very boho. This is made with copper wire. Should we do, I'll do a video on these. Maybe this afternoon even. Okay. Let's do one more. I'm at 21 minutes. That's not bad. Okay. So let's see. Let's just start with a piece of jewelry. Should we start with this? I don't know. I think I'll take that apart. Let's do this. No, let's not do this. This is, I can use this piece, but this is on nylon wire. So it's going to come apart. So the only way to use this is to attach it to something so they don't come apart. Let's do this. Isn't that beautiful? Let's take it apart. I don't see where the... Again, I don't really care about these rings. There's one. And I think I paid $1 for this on green tag too, or whatever color it was. Yesterday, I tried to get all green tag jewelry. My granddaughter got 4 dresses. She got 3 dresses and one piece pant thing. It looks like a long dress, but excuse me, it's like a jumpsuit thing. And the 3 dresses, the jumpsuity thing had an Old Navy tag on it. One was a Wednesday's Child dress, and another one, I can't recall what it was. It was like a boutique style dress that she got. I'm going to actually close this off because this is coming apart. It's too late. She was so excited. They had a teacher's workshop day or whatever, so the kids didn't have school. So off we went. What are you doing, kitty? My stray kitty. Let's have an update. This morning it was on my step again. Every morning it's here for food, and then it disappears. And I just feel like God wants me to take care of it. I don't really want a stray cat around, but it's pathetic. So we've got this, but it's attached to this. It's the last one. I'll take it apart. Gosh, this is like watching paint dry. This, I don't know. Actually, no, I don't want that. I don't even want the jewelry part to it. This chain is usable. There's the sticker. It's stuck to my fingers. I'm going to close this off. Garbage truck. Oh, I cannot wait for spring. We've got some big high in the 70s weather coming. I need to go out and dig around rake around my yard. one of the neighbors, she raked her entire yard, and I'm like, wow, I don't think I've done that since I've lived here. I've been here 8 years. I don't think I've ever raked my entire yard. I've raked around things. I'm having trouble with this one. There. I'm going to put that there anyway. All right, let's start with wire again. Actually, shall we start with... No, let's just do what we did. Make it a little longer this time, and we'll go down farther. It's kind of fun. Like I said, this wire is too heavy. I don't really like this wire. But I cannot find... I found the copper and this, and